Hi preschool families, Miss Christine here today to talk to you about fine motor skills and why the development of those skills are very important for school readiness. Now, gross motor movements are the movements that allow your child to run, jump, and climb. And those skills are always being developed as your child is active outdoors. Fine motor skills are the muscles more involved in your fingers and hands. So it's important to keep those muscles strong and ready to be used. The development of these muscles in your fingers and hands is what allows your child to be able to hold a pencil correctly, to be able to use those scissors, to be able to tie their shoes, to be able to zip and button their clothing and be able to feed themselves and things like that. That's what is in your hands. So it's important to keep those muscles active and ready to be used. They're not as easily kept strong by just running around. So you need to actually do some little activities to keep them strong. Now, I gathered just some stuff around my house for little things that you can do to keep those muscles strong. I have a piece of spaghetti. I know most of you have this kind of stuff at home. And I have some little Cheerios. And you can just thread them onto the noodle. Picking them up with your index finger and your thumb is called the pincher grasp. And that it just helps fine tune those skills, and these are the fingers you use for pencil grip. So just doing simple things like threading that on. It's also good for hand-eye coordination, and that's all good stuff for when you're learning to write. So that's one very simple thing. Just picking up the Cheerios over and over and maybe putting them into a container, that will help get these fine motor skills developed. I have some Play-Doh. I don't know if you have Play-Doh at home, but it's something that can easily be made, or you can purchase it from the store if you don't. Just playing with it, squeezing it, rolling it out, stretching it, just different things that allow your child to work those muscles in their fingers. It's also super fun to play with if you're an adult too, so join in with your child, especially if you're worried about them making a mess. If you sit and supervise them while they're doing it and encourage them to use the Play-Doh appropriately, then it won't make a mess. That's really good for strengthening those hand muscles though. Another thing I found was I just have a lid it's actually to a perfume bottle, but you can find anything that's kind of like a small cylinder type thing, and I have these little hair ties, and you can have your child practice stretching them, just things to keep their muscles in their hands strong. And then you can encourage them to try to fit the hair tie around the cylinder. It's just good to keep those muscles strong, and it's kind of fun to try to put them on there. The last activity I was going to show you, I just have a bowl of water and I have a sponge in it, and just picking it up and having them squeeze it out. It's fun, especially on these hot days. You could sit outside and have them squeeze it, and just squeezing those muscles to develop the strength in them. Now, I know some of these activities might seem kind of silly to you, but it's really important to keep those hand muscles strong, so when it's time to start that writing and cutting and being able to hold the writing utensils correctly, your hands and fingers are ready for it. I hope you do some of these activities with your child, and if you do, please take some pictures and post below this video. I would love to see what you're doing. See you next time.